Yeah.
All right, so by I looking at some of these some really good ones. But I ain't even gonna lie, but Vaughn come with Yu Yu Hakusho. The only reason why Yu Yu Hakusho ain't on my list, and it should be, it should be there. Boy, it should be there.
We
Bunch
have
of honest
honorable
stand up
mentions too,
person.
because
Yeah,
like
man.
for me, a lot of the stuff that he listed would be my honorable
Right. Well,
mentions.
honorable mentions. Let me
Yu Yu
just
Hakusho
put
I
that out.
like
really,
Let me
first
just
off.
put
really
that out
lacked.
there. Honorable mention, One Piece. And I think I'd have a similar score with Vaughn. I'm not gonna give my numbers for each one. I can just give it overall. And I probably give One Piece 40 to 42. I like straight up the
Let's do the honorable mentions at the end. But you have to do all your ratings first, and
wait.
then
Trust
give
me,
it the
I
honorable
ain't even take
mentions
that long.
after.
Trust me, don't worry about
Okay.
that.
All right then. Like
And the
yeah,
next
like
one, I
yeah.
just have to get it out
Rah.
there. And then Yu Yu Hakusho, I have to get out there. But anyway, my
Boop boop.
my number one would have to be Brotherhood. Plot. I give it a 9. And I agree with Leroy because that was a good point he brought up with the secondary characters. They do a good job with making the characters feel alive. I felt in Full Metal Alchemist, the characters were very like not very relatable, but they were somewhat relatable compared to other anime
The
characters.
homunculus was
Um,
Ikubo.
fucking great.
right?
Rah.
I liked the homunculi dog. I
Yeah.
loved the bad
By
people
Right.
Wrath.
Well, and I
because they
like.
By
wasn't really
Green
bad.
had.
Well, let me
They wasn't
finish.
really bad.
Let me finish.
Okay, yeah.
But anyway,
By the
I
freaking
like the
Tagua.
overall concept, and another thing too with when I use alchemy, like it made because I watched it at such a young age, it almost made me feel like I could do this, right? Like I could mix some
Yeah, boy.
bleach and some tide and fucking
Because it's
spawn.
science. It's
Yeah.
It's
science.
science. It's science, right? That
There wasn't
so
no magic or no chakra or nothing. It's
so
like,
it
okay,
make
this boy is using science.
right. No,
Hey,
One Piece
I
got a
know
devil
one of your
fruit,
favorite scenes.
right? And a man
One
made
of
out
your
of
favorite
rubber.
scenes in Alchemy.
But
You got that
that's
freaking you dumbass.
you stupid dog. Anyway, so plot. So plot for me, I give it a 9. Character 9. Soundtrack, I give it an 8. Duration, I give it a
hmm
10. And animation, because some of them fight scenes, especially that guy who was against the other alchemist, he had the
Ah,
X. Scar, I think his name
ah,
was.
Scar,
Scar,
Yeah,
Scar.
but
Scar,
he was fucking.
Scar was
Scar,
good
Remember
movie.
when he fought your boy who was take
King,
off his
Nigga,
shirt all the time,
King,
boy?
Me
Like
Wrath. Oh no
beautiful,
no no
and
no no.
especially
Armstrong, Armstrong, Armstrong.
and
Armstrong.
then the
Yeah.
fight at the very end when L fought
Wrath.
father.
Father.
Yes,
Oh, that
Oh,
too.
boy, that was fucking
beautiful,
I
beautiful.
like
So
that
for
scene too.
beautiful.
animation, I give it a 10.
Don't
10,
miss
hands down.
that
So
Scar versus Wrath was great too, but I ain't gonna lie. That Scar
Boy,
versus Wrath. It was just bad in general. The
so that's
Wrath pull up on them
46. That's
niggas, and
46 to me for Brotherhood.
what my brother rating
what was
was?
that?
Hold on, I can remember back. I can
Yeah,
remember
what was it?
now. So Leroy's Brotherhood was 44.
So he
I
up
feel
there
like I do
too.
mine too low, man. I feel like I do
I
mine
think
too
you
low.
did. I what the
You should have
soundtrack.
gone to
I even put a
45.
higher soundtrack
Mm.
than you. But anyway, I can stick with
Niggas
it.
trying to be generous, come on.
All right. So and this the next one. So my next one would be Death Note. Who else say Death Note? Vaughn say Death Note. Leroy say Death Note. Wait,
To us,
if you haven't watched Death Note,
you need to watch it,
I don't know
hands
what you're
down.
doing. Like, just watch it.
And it's short. It
It's
ain't even
short.
long.
It's one of the best things about. Wait, Death Note plot 10, character 10, soundtrack 8. The soundtrack a little weak for me, but it's still overall good. Duration 10. It's the sweetest part for anime, not no overly commitment. It's sweet out the gate. I think this nigga get the book in like the first 2, 3 episodes, maybe in the first one. It don't take that long.
First episode.
I think
First
he,
First
episode,
episode.
Ryuk Final.
like
First episode, Ryuk Final.
it out the gate slamming. It out the gate all cylinders slamming. You don't miss this. Animation 8.
Boy, I eat apples for a month, boy. Tell you that.
So for
Tell
me,
you
Death
that.
Note total, I got well that's 30, 38. That's 46 again out of 50. 46 out of 50. Boy, he's tight, boy. That's the second 46. Compared to Leroy, he
It
had
was.
45, and Vaughn, he had 44.5.
I
All
said
right.
So around the
fucking low
same
now. I
thing.
should go on to
Around the
40,
same
Averaging 45.
45, man.
around the
No,
same
we
thing.
averaging 45 on it.
All right.
We
Averaging
averaging
45.
45.
All right. My third
Okay.
I
one,
fucks with it.
I know y'all might push back against this, but I can say it anyway. One Punch Man.
for your top 5
Yes, boy. One Punch Man.
of all the
That's my
anime you
top
watch,
20.
boy.
One Punch Man is
That's my top
fucking
20.
spectacular, boy. I fucking love One
No
Punch
fucking
because
way.
the thing
Play.
You
is
touching my
I,
head backwards,
What
son.
did you call it? I
spectacular.
never use spectacular as a word to describe One Punch Man.
I
What?
can defend my
The
boy a
only
little bit. That season
What?
2 is a
no,
little
no, no,
bad, but it
no.
ain't top
Wait,
5.
wait, wait. Ratings, and then we can debate this.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I had to take a
Shoot
little
it
sip of
up.
my tea. My throat was a little
Because I gotta
parched.
hear this. Take a sip of your tea and make sure you got clear voice for
All
this. Because
right.
I want to hear this.
I can
All
take
right.
my
So
glasses off of this.
so plot. The beginning plot was a little weaker on the weaker side. On the first season and the second season, it got a
the
little bit better.
beginning.
So I give the plot a 7.5. I would give the characters another 7.5. I would give the sound a 9. Duration, I'd actually give that a 10, and I'd give animation a 10.
You gave the
Sir,
story a 7.5.
Yeah,
about nigga who's punch.
Part
like
of
the
the
whole
story.
point.
What
But the
made
thing
you
is,
give that
it is
rating?
satire. Like the thing I like about it was the fact that like it never really took itself too seriously. Like one of the things that like bore me with like a lot of other animes, like Attack on Titan would bore me. I ain't really a big anime person too. I the stream boy don't even know that. I ain't really a big animation person.
Not
Anime
so.
person. I ain't watch anime that much. Of course, I watched like the Grandfathers, the Yu Yu Hakusho, and all that stuff. But I'm really a big anime person, so for me, length is really kill it. The only exception was probably One Piece, because I think One Piece I got in at a very young age, and so that made me put up with One Piece. But you couldn't, you could, they could. There's no way you could have sell me with One Piece today. There's no way you could have sell me with the amount of episodes with One Piece.
Mm-mm.
But it just fell
Um,
the 1 month.
Mm-mm.
Attack on Titan, they just get too into it. Like they just really ride they dick a little bit too hard. And nah, but I like One Piece. It's short and it's sweet, and they understand what it is. It's just straight anime fun. Like that's it. That's why I put it up there for me.
You,
Hmm.
One Punch Man is short and sweet. Okay. Okay.
All right.
And you
And
finished with
seeing
all the
like I
ratings heard
understand the
already, right?
satire
I heard all the
aspect of
ratings.
it, and that is what I like about it. But I still ain't seeing like a 7 for story. But
I don't
What would you
know.
I
give the
mean,
What do you
there
give the
is
story?
Because it
story
was
there.
pretty much non-existent.
The story I give a 4.
It
Because
was a
boy, I
party
mean,
anime.
the most
The
developed
most,
character
the
in One
most.
Punch Man is Garo.
I swear to God. I said the
No,
same
but
thing in
you'll
my
forget
head.
that bicycle nigga.
But you nigga ain't got no
What?
bigger bite. What
What
you
are you
talking
talking
But
Who's
about?
he
getting
has
about?
knocked
some
out in
growth.
every fight?
Alright,
You ain't
if
talking
The nigga
I
who's
about
almost
Newman
die every
Rider.
time he
Who?
You
fight?
ain't.
Hey, moving right up. That's fucking him.
but
There's
the
no
thing is,
way.
the
Human
thing is, I
Rider.
don't think y'all really understand it. Y'all ain't understanding the show. The show ain't a Naruto. The show ain't fucking Attack on Titan.
Bro, I
It ain't
understand how
supposed to
satire
be that
works.
serious, and that's the point, right? That's the whole. If you trying to compare these two, then you ain't really understand the whole point of the show.
Not
For
comparing it to anything.
what it is, for what it is trying to be, that whole satire anime um genre or trope that it wants to be. I think it did a very good job for what it is. It's a little niche, it's a little bit weird. But that's why if I had to bring down plot, I'd probably give
Okay.
it a 6. Fair. You made some
Okay,
good
but let me
points.
ask you this
I'd
then.
give it a
You
6.
might as well just go out there and watch. You might as well go out there and
Gintama?
watch Gintama or flicking JoJo's or
I
JoJo
watched JoJo
Bizarre if
Bizarre.
that's
I
how
don't
you
like I don't like
feeling,
JoJo.
bro.
It's JoJo is way too bizarre for me. I watched JoJo. Like no boy. No
Jojo get
boy.
a little too bizarre.
It's too it's too
Jonathan
much.
Joestar.
JoJo is too much. It's okay anime, but it's too much. It's too much for me.
My
That's
God.
I
why
feel
I would never say okay, One Punch Man could hold up against story of like Full Metal or Death Note or any of them. No,
boy,
but that ain't the point. For what it is, I think it does an excellent job of what it is. It knows what it is,
I won't lie.
and that's why I like it, and that's why it's up there for me.
That
Um,
season 2, I enjoyed more than season 1 for sure.
for
The
sure,
the
for sure.
spotlight on the
So let
boys.
me let me give the total. So that's 29, um,
Depending on his overall,
36.5.
right now. It should not pass
42.5. It's
40.
42.5.
This, I don't think it should pass 40.
It
It
needs
shouldn't pass
about
40.
40.
No, no,
No.
no. A ratio
Well,
off somewhere, bro. One Punch Man ain't passing 40.
duration and animation ain't dropping. Like
I can
sound,
live with that.
Animation is okay.
maybe I could drop character. I could see character dropping to a 6. And then that
What's
It's
your
would
character
only a
at, man?
6, bro. There is no character development in there.
I
There's
would
no character in there. They have personality, but they don't have anything else other than that.
Bro,
but anyway, I think with that. Let me
of
move on. Let me move on.
Genos,
Let me move on. Let me move on. Let me move on. If we get time, because DJ still ain't gone. Um,
we got
We got
time.
time. We got
We
time.
got time, man. Don't run from this one. I want to talk about this one.
oh Lord.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we
what
got
you gotta
time.
say? What you gotta say? Say it. Say it. Say it.
I understand it's not supposed to be a serious anime. I'm not comparing it to any serious anime. I'm looking at it for what it is, a satirical anime that's making fun of the common tropes. That being said, there is still a plot or a story or an ongoing thread of events that you're following. And those
At least
thread
it's
of
supposed to be.
events, it's not compelling enough for me to say like I'd give it anything above a 5. Boy, if Garo's storyline, backstory, and everything wasn't placed in season 2, I don't think I could recommend One Punch Man to people. But
Mm-hmm.
it's cool, it's fun, but I wouldn't like highly recommend it to people. Garo is the reason I even recommend One Punch Man to people. But
But
because
I
Wow,
outside
still
of that,
recommend
you
one
got a
punch.
you got a OP nigga, you got his always underpowered sidekick, and
Yeah, he's the stakes man. That's what
It's
you call him. The
Batman and
stakes man.
Robin just replasted, bro. It's Batman and
that's
Robin
it.
replasted.
Not even Robin, because Robin has win some fights.
Yeah, but they're gonna
right.
speak to
Genos has
under women.
lost pretty much every primary fight he's had, but
And he's always, and
You
it
kn-
was so funny, he's lose the fights after getting an upgrade.
always getting an upgrade and still losing.
And never
you
win,
know
yeah.
how long it took me to start watching One Punch Man? You know how long it took me to get past the first episode because this nigga was trying to kill a flicking fly, bro? I couldn't get past that for the longest. I
Oh,
was
I
stuck.
How about that? I found that hilarious
that
because
was
I
funny.
like the
Yeah,
Me
joking
too.
like I
animes.
said, I
I
don't
like
really think
I
y'all
liked it.
understand what it is. Because if you couldn't
you keep
understand,
saying y'all. I described what it
no. But
is.
anyway, I can say
It's a
DJ. Because if you
satire.
couldn't understand that whole scene, like
I
I don't
mean,
know.
I
I don't
I
know
got
what else
agree
to
past
with
tell
it.
you.
you.
I finished it. I watched them
I
all.
right. I agree with you, Scoop, but it's just that I feel as though 42 is too high for this.
It's
Also
way too
saying
high.
that I don't think it should never been in the top 5 because it probably never really passed the 35 in my eyes. It
That's
never
35.
passed
20.
35.
20.
I think
I could
35 would
agree
be
with
the
that.
max for that.
Wait, with
I
animation.
think 35 is the highest I could put it.
Wait. So even if you would give
What's
animation,
the
so
plot just
what would
saying
you
Run through
rate
the
that
stuff again,
animation?
and I'd give you the numbers I'd give it.
Say that again.
Run through the categories again, and I'd tell you the numbers I'd give it.
Plot.
4.
2.
All right, we can go with the lowest. 2. Character.
4.
5.
Okay, we go with the lowest. Sound.
I don't remember the soundtrack. It had
His
nothing in
side,
that
but his
memory.
Yeah, but
side
like
character had the best soundtrack, babe. Even Gara had a pretty good soundtrack, babe.
I don't remember none of
Yeah,
7.
that.
that's
7. No, they did have nice. They did have nice.
All
They did
right,
have nice individual character music.
duration,
And I give that a 7. I give that a 7.
Yeah, I'd say 7.
I can
animation.
stick with that.
Now,
Animation
8.
was pretty good. I give it
animation.
like an 8.59.
8, 8, 9. You know,
I
Okay,
get
down.
8.59.
It
8.5.
was
8.59.
clean.
We go.
It was clean.
It was clean. It was
8.
beyond
Let's
clean,
say
but that
8.
was is
Let's say
immaculate.
8.
All right,
Let's
I
say
can total
8.
that up. These the lowest score from everyone. We got 6.
I should like 30 or 32 probably all
There's
together.
14, 18, 20, 28.5.
28.5.
28.5.
And
Doable.
I still I okay with that. Like the fact
I'm
that I'm
okay with
okay
that.
with it. The fact that us yeah. For me, One Punch Man falls in more of like a top 15, top 20 thing for me, if anything. and it still has
Yeah.
room to get bumped out easily.
Like I said, like I think it's one of those is a
No,
weird
I
niche
understand. I
anime, and
understand.
for what it is, because I don't see a lot of other animes like that. Um, so far, and I think that's what makes it
I
stand
like
out
it.
in my book.
I
Um,
definitely I like One Punch Man. Like you say, Garo definitely really got me more. I rewatched that fight. Everything I else I go on my almost my brethren. I go in there, but you see this new fight, boy, and I run
Garo
around
had
you
the
two at one
best
time.
scenes in the whole series.
I still
Yeah,
think,
boy.
you'll put animation a little too low, but in duration, like animation duration for me, they has to be a 10. Like there's
I
no,
probably could have gone to a 9 because it was pretty clean. I won't lie. That's what really got me into
you
it too.
can't,
I like how clean it
and then
was.
each
So the
character got
max
their
on
own.
that is like a 30.
But
The max on
anyway,
that One Punch Man is 30.
that's
Like
fine.
anything.
I
But go
got
on to
another
your next one.
controversial one. Um, maybe we'll see. But my next one is Samurai Champloo.
That ain't
Garbage.
bad. That ain't
Garbage.
bad.
Okay. Okay.
I wouldn't say
Hold on.
garbage,
Who
but
said
that ain't
garbage?
bad.
Who said garbage?
DJ.
Which one of
Kev
y'all?
say garbage.
DJ.
You?
I have
Samurai
Let me
shampoo is
say my points.
garbage.
Let me say my categories, and then we can put.
See. I put my
Yeah.
glasses back
Yeah.
on
So
now because you're
I
making
give it, I
sense. I like
plot,
that.
I give 7. I give characters,
I
I
can live
give
with that.
characters an 8 actually. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the
I can live with
sound
that.
I actually would give it 10 because it has an amazing
10.
soundtrack.
Yeah.
The
Duration,
soundtrack was the best part of the show.
right?
Yeah.
Duration, I would give it a 10. I think it's a nice sweet spot, and I give
Yeah.
animation a 7.
I think you hit those notes perfectly just now. I see that in that same duration situation. That it's the same as the Death Note, the same as the Kami Get Kill. I think that's fine.
Right.
Now
I
I don't
can't
know
say
why
nothing about
Dev
that. I
said
can't
I'm about
say
to let Dev talk.
I said that was
Go
what you
ahead.
ain't hit me about, bro. I personally didn't like anything other than the soundtrack for that thing, bro. For that anime. That's it.
The
Like
fights?
You don't like the
it wasn't that
fights?
great to. It wasn't that great to me, but I feel like the
What?
seen better.
You saw Mugen break dance on a nigga with a sword and you didn't think that shit
Why?
was fire?
What about the characters themselves? They had amazing personalities, way.
Hot
No,
I
cross
feel
again.
like because their
Bro,
Strike
personalities,
one.
because they had the waitress,
did you see the fight
they
with the
had the
blind
ruffian.
swordsman?
Hmm?
yes,
But
yes, yes, I did.
English dub and all was good on that, but niggas
Yeah,
had
but
Zabuza
I
freaking
don't.
voice
You,
actor and all that, but
you saw
I
the
had
fight with the blind swordsman, with the two of them against the blind swordsman, and you didn't think that shit was impressive at all.
I don't
Okay,
think he
then
make it that
I'll
far.
take it. No, I was thinking about it. I'll take that one. I'll take that one. I'll take the L for this one.
All
So
right.
what's
I'll
your
take
Anyway,
the L.
overall by the way, school? What's the overall
42.
for
This
that?
is 42.
I think that's perfect. I think that's
I could agree with
perfect.
that.
And
I could
then
I
agree with
might even
that.
say 43, but at 42, I think that's perfect for that anime, bro. That was a good
um,
anime.
and my last one, boy, you know what? Yeah, I can switch my last one.
Switch it, man, what it is.
I can switch my last one. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna say that one. I can say
What,
I can
where you
put.
switching it from?
I
At least
actually
let
can
us know what
put.
you're switching it from.
I was gonna say nah, I ain't even gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it. I'm gonna look through it.
It,
Let's go.
man.
Because
You don't talk about it, man. Say it, boy.
I ain't saying nothing. I did not say anyone. My last one is One Piece.
You already put One Piece as an honorable mention, man. What you had
I
before
did?
that?
No, but I said you. Oh fuck, I
You
did.
said from the jump,
You
One
said
Piece was an
you
honorable
did.
All
mention.
right, all right. I
Yeah.
was gonna say Gurren Lagann for my last one.
I never watched it. I can't say
Haven't
nothing.
Yeah, I know.
watched. I heard great things about it, but I haven't personally watched it. A drill piss in the sky. That's all I really know about it.
I know watch this. I can't give you a fair. What's your rating for it anyway? If you gonna use that one,
Yeah.
not
I
familiar.
give. Yes, both these.
Announce it again for me.
Let me try to get the
Gurren
plot real
Lagann.
quick. So for whatever reason, the humans were buried underground. They couldn't get to the surface. Oh, excuse me, COVID.
Yo,
Fuck you,
look yo,
COVID.
look yo, look yo.
So
Well,
for
go
whatever
for
reason, the
snooze.
humans were like underground. They had to live underground. They couldn't live on the surface, right? And they wanted to find a
Okay.
way to get to the sky or something like that. It was a long time
Hmm.
ago. And this guy, he found the drill, right? And the drill allows him to go up to the surface. Anyway, there's like monsters on the surface, and the monsters are keeping the humans down, right? And the Gurren Lagann, or the mech suit, I guess, is what gave them ability to actually to take back to the surface. And they eventually ended up going to the sky. So it's about this one boy's dream about actually going straight to the moon. He's underground, he's looking through the little hole, and like, oh, I want to go to the sky, and he finally at the end was able to get to it, and he had to fight all these niggas.
So like Promise Neverland, almost like sound like same thing.
Yeah, something like that.
I was thinking that. I was thinking it had some
That's what it
similarities to
sounded.
it story wise.
Yeah, but
It's
the
one of
Max mix in, I guess.
it got mechs. I think
I'm a big fan of Max, but I don't shun away
Yeah,
from.
that's what it was.
they don't run out. I think the characters are very good. Like their development are very good. So anyway, let me just go through my categories. Overall, the plot I would give it a 7. Like it's a pretty right the main character. He got you know he got he got his whole journey, right? He got his thing, his mission that he wants to accomplish, and he pretty much stick to it for the whole time. Character development, like we understand the side characters of what they want to do. The side characters actually get a little lower, and they become of less importance as the story goes on, but they still have their spot. So character, I give it 8.
My boy.
I give the sound actually a 7. Pretty decent soundtrack, but nothing to write home about. Duration, I give it a 9 because it's a sweet spot. Like you don't have to invest too much, and out the gate, it start off pretty good. And for animation, I give it a 9 again. Just because I think the animation overall like was really good, really clean, and really crisp. Let me see. Let me give the total. That's a 14. That's 31. It's 40. So Gurren Lagann is 40 out of 50.
Okay.
It was on Netflix. I think the whole show is on Netflix. What
Nigga, come on the screen. You just looking
Fire
watermelon,
lady
dog.
messaged me say watermelon was ready. So
you had to be that nigga.
what?
We trying to go above and beyond stereotypes, and you going right there and fulfill them full wholesale.
Hey, and chicken in the oven,
uh,
man. Oh,
Anyway, my
whatever.
final score, I give it a 40 out of 50. I give it a 40 out of 50. I think
I can watch an episode and see if I could stomach it. It don't sound bad 'cause after watching Promise Neverland, that first season I liked it. So definitely can check it out. So
yeah,
I'm sending it in the group chat so I can take a. I don't know how to pronounce that properly to be honest.
Gurren Lagann. I can send it. But that's me. That's me.
That's not good. All right.